So what is going on, guys, and welcome to the second episode of the QPR career mode. And first of all, I'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone that checked out the first episode, and you left an amazing 15 likes at the moment, so I really do appreciate the support you've been giving it, and I really hope you continue to enjoy the series and continue to watch it, and hopefully it will gain more views and more subscribers as we go along. But actually here we do have a few players that we would like to bring into the club. Adnan Januzaj is one of them. Also Ryan Gold is another one from Dundee United, the 17-year-old youngster. Jonathan Tah was one of them, but unfortunately we couldn't get Jonathan Tah because he had only recently moved to Hamburg and they wasn't prepared to let him go because he'd just moved there. So that was a little bit of a letdown for us there, but we will end up having to try and find another centre-back to replace him. But actually, Andros Townsend, the contract was then accepted for him, and that is our first signing coming to the club there. Andros Townsend, Skinham Town's a wonderful, wonderful player on the right wing. He's going to be playing, only 21 years old, plays for Spurs, or now plays for QPR, but amazing sprint speed, amazing shots, and he's got an absolute bullet of a left foot on him. Another player we're interested in was Ravel Morrison, but unfortunately after everything we tried, we could not get Ravel Morrison because they wanted around about 8 million for Ravel Morrison, and to be honest with you, I thought 8.5 million was too much for Ravel Morrison, so therefore I tried to negotiate with them, but we didn't get very far in negotiating with West Ham, and I'm afraid we did not end up actually getting Ravel Morrison because he was just too much money. Harry Kane, another person, 1.3 million. We thought, well, maybe we'll try about 900 grand. Or 800 grand we thought we'd see if we could get him for. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Harry Kane either from Spurs. But there was a few players that we were still after. Callum Chambers was another very good player, a good right back, 18-year-old guy from Southampton. Only going to offer 900,000 there. See if we get him. If we could, absolutely amazing. Also, Odelusi is some player that I've really been looking into because I do know he's got a very, very good, well, not potential, but his potential is still about 78, not even in the 80s, but I think he could be a crucial player to help me get promoted because I just think the strength and sprint speed he has got, he could really, really help me to actually keep going and keep winning the games, or win the games. We haven't played any at the moment. The transfer offer was then accepted for Nathan Ake, or Ake, 1.7 million for him, the centre-back there. It was a pretty hefty sum, I must admit. It's a little bit more than I expected to pay, but still, I was still prepared to pay it because I really wanted Nathan Ake to come into the squad, and I think he could actually break into my first team squad, which would be incredible if he could actually break into my first team squad, which I do think he could actually, if he plays well in the first, or maybe his debut. If he plays well in his debut, he will then end up getting my first team squad because Ryan Dunn is extremely slow, and Clint Hill also is quite slow. 1.5 million was then accepted for Adnan Januzaj. It was 1.5 million plus Balanta, a very, very poor player that we had, 31 years old, on the wing. So I wasn't worried about getting rid of Balanta for Januzaj, and we went in to see if he would then accept the contract offer, and it would be incredible if he would, because I do know he is a very, very good player. Also, actually, the transfer offer was then accepted for Callum Chambers as well, and the good thing about Callum Chambers and Odelusi is their contracts are very, very low, and that's always good to see, because then it doesn't take a big hefty chunk out of my wage budget. Actually there, once again, it was unacceptable for Ravel Morrison. We did go in once again to try and see possibly what we could do, but there really was not much we could possibly do, which I really wanted Ravel Morrison because I do know he has got very good potential, and he's a very, very good player that he can play in the middle of the park, and he is one of the best, or would be one of the best if he come to us. Ryan Gold, the transfer offer was then rejected for him as we only offered 750 grand for him, and I was a little bit cheeky, to be honest. I did up the offer, to be honest, or 750 grand I upped it to, because they didn't accept the 250 grand, which I was pretty much pissing them off, to be honest, and I'm surprised they didn't tell me to go and bug off and go to some other club to try and find one of their players, but they didn't, and I was very grateful for Dundee United not to send me to another club and send me away. But the transfer offer was then accepted for Odelusi, and a very, very good striker there, and once again, pleased there that it's not going to be taking a huge chunk out my wage budget, so that's very good. that when they don't take big chunks out of your wage budget, especially at a club like QPR where we don't have that much money. But actually, that we do accept the. Or Nathan Ake accepts his contract offer, and he is the next player to come to us and accept his contract. So very good there, and another player that we have signed. So we've now got Andros Townsend and Nathan Ake joined the club, which I'm very, very pleased about. And they could be two really, really good signings for me. And they're two players that are crucial and could, or easily could play in the Premier League next season if we get promoted, which I hope we will. And if not, then anyway, they'll still be there to strengthen up my squad for another season in the Championship. But my aim is to get promotion, and I really, really think I should get promotion. And if not, I'll probably get sacked anyway. But we did have to up the offer to 13,000 for Adnan Januzaj because he didn't want to drop down a league. But still, 13,000 for Januzaj is not much at all, and I'm pleased there. And actually, there, Odelusi did get accepted, but we had reached our maximum size for our squad, so we did have to go in and release a few players to allow for room for the other players to come in. So therefore, Callum Chambers accepts the contract offer as well and comes into the club, as does Odelusi. I'm not going to try and pronounce his first name because that is something really, really weird. But I'm very pleased for another two players, another two youngsters actually come into the squad, and that's always good when you get another two youngsters come into the squad. Actually, there we do have an international friendly up, just a friendly, sorry, up against Hamburg. We end up winning that one 3-1. Goals from Clint Hill, Hoylett, and Austin, or Austin, whatever you want to call him. So pleased there that we did get a victory there. We did get a transfer offer for Bobby Zamora, and we did then go ahead and accept it. It was from Southampton, and 950 grand for Bobby Zamora I don't think is a bad offer, because to be honest, Bobby Zamora is not yeah, he's not the best of players, but it's still best to get something for him now rather than wait, because he's getting old and he'd probably be retiring, or I don't want to be spending more money to offer him a new contract. We do then have a away game up against Anderlecht, and we end up drawing this one 1-1. Junior Hoylett getting the goal for us here. So still not a bad result, and we do then have our last international friendly, which is up against RCD Espanyol. So hopefully we could beat them as well. But I'm very pleased with the squad that we're putting together, and as I see, Januzaj also comes in and accepts the deal for us there, which I was very pleased about. And once again, another crucial player that could help me get into the Premier League, and really do help me there. And actually here, we do find a really good centre-back there. Well, not really good, but looks like someone that could have good, high potential. 18-year-old. We only offer 250 grand for him, and I can tell you now, they do come back and accept the transfer offer for him, so you just have to wait and see. But it was actually Real Sociedad, sorry, not RCD Espanyol, and we do end up winning this one. Very pleased here that we ended up winning this one 3-1. Johnston, Austin, and Clint Hill once again getting a goal there. Johnson also does get a slight injury there. He gets a dislocated shoulder, and unfortunately he is out for 2 weeks. So nothing crucial, but Odelusi will now be making his debut in our first game to see if he can improve, or to see if he can show me that he is the man to take the top spot at the club. Actually here, we do then get a reply from Dundee's board here saying that they want 1.6 million for him, and I thought, well, it's not too bad, but I don't want to pay that much, so I decided to offer not so much, but plus the centre back here. We ended up finding one here that was went by the name of, I can't really remember at this moment in time. Actually, they're on Yewu. He's 31 years old, not very good rating. So hopefully, if he could come into the club or depart and help me get Ryan Gold, I would be very pleased. Because I do know Ryan Gold has got very good sprint speed and good acceleration as well. And actually here, we do then get the transfer offer accepted here for Cardoso, 250 grand only for this centre back here, in which I thought was a really good price. I don't know his rating at the moment in time, but I can tell you now, we do get him, and his rating is 61. So still, his rating is 61, but I still think he has got high potential, and I looked it up, and he has got potential of 83. So a very good potential if we could get him there. Actually there, we do get the transfer offer accepted for Ryan Gold. We do go in and offer him a €2,000 a week contract, and he will be a squad rotation player at the club. So hopefully he will hopefully that will ring a bell for him there, and he will come to the club. And as you see there, we do get the contract offer accepted for Cardoso, which I was extremely pleased about, to get another centre-back into the club. And we want the biggest squad we possibly can. And as you do know, we do have trouble at the moment to try and free up some players in the squad, because we do have a lot. And as you see, the new player does arrive in the likes of Cardoso. The contract offer was then accepted for Ryan Gold, and we do go in and accept it. So very pleased that we were going to go in and accept the contract for Ryan Gold. Well, we wasn't going to accept it because there wasn't enough room. We did then get a transfer offer of Yoshi Benayoun in 1.5 million. We went in and accepted it. So that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time on whatever episode might be. Thank you